Yes, now we are.
Are we
Molly's picking up her hair.
are we live?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, hello, and I'm
Hi.
Molly,
And I'm Cawley.
and
And today we're talking about bubbles.
we're coming at you live with a lot of wisdom.
Always.
Always, we
But we're
always have a
making
lot of
we're
wisdom.
making a special cocktail today, which is good.
Well, you are. I'm drinking an old school wine from a mystery box.
Oh,
Do you remember this wine?
I do. How is
It's
it?
quite tasty.
Is it as good as you remember?
It is actually, which is nice. It's lovely.
Well, we were talking about bubbles the last couple weeks.
We have been, because bubbles are fun. I mean, I know not everybody loves bubbles, but they can be celebratory. They don't have to be like, celebrate something major. It could be something small, like getting through the day.
Right, that's our little slogan, right? Celebrate the everything.
Right, just getting through the day.
Exactly. So we are going to use the Gallivant White, and it is the carbonation tech. It used the carbonation technique.
Yeah, which I didn't know until Shelly told me that, because I really like the Gallivant Rosé and I like the Gallivant White. And so obviously this shows my lack of connoisseurism, a word I just made up, um, in regards to the way bubbles are made, because I like it. Like I guess I didn't really realize that the bubbles were so much bigger,
Mm-hmm.
which is I'd have to like have a glass of that and then a glass of like the Tickle Bumps side by side to probably, because I like the Tickle Bumps. One of my favorite is our Etnico bubbles that we can't get in the Northeast anymore. And I think those are a lot smaller, but I really do enjoy the one you're pouring right now. I think it's a great, I think it's a great bubble. And you're making what are you making with it?
I am making the Scout 75, which is our version of the French 75. So
Correct.
I started with 1 teaspoon of simple syrup. It called for 1.5, but I'm going conservative on
Did you
the
make that from scratch?
I did not. No, you saw the bottle that I poured it out of.
Well,
Um,
I wasn't paying attention. I didn't see the bottle.
oh, well, then yes, I made it from scratch. It's my own bottle. Um, I like to go conservative on the sugar because I do not like sweet things. And
Yeah.
side note, I had mentioned in our live last week that I did not care for the Wilderness Road on its own. So this is my first time making it as a cocktail. So I'm excited to try it. And then there is 1 tablespoon lemon juice, fresh squeeze.
Wow. Wow.
I
Look
didn't
at
make my own
you.
simple syrup, but I did squeeze 1 tablespoon of lemon.
That is impressive, Cawley. It's
There you go.
impressive. The squeezing skills.
And here it goes. I learned from a mixologist friend that it is very important to measure your ingredients.
It is important. I mean, the free pour is dangerous.
Yes. And so now I'm doing 3 tablespoons. Ooh,
Okay.
I'll clean that up later. 3 tablespoons of Wilderness Road the Grove, which, yeah.
I haven't had yet. I haven't had yet. Is there a cucumber? Somebody was asking if there's like a lot of cucumber flavor in that.
Yeah, I don't find cucumber,
Okay.
but it says there are notes of cucumber in the description, but I don't think it's overwhelming.
Okay.
And then
I mean,
so
are you shaking it up in the whole jam?
No, because it's made in a champagne flute, but it is dripping. Of course it is.
Of course.
So all it is simple syrup, lemon juice, Wilderness Road, and then we top it off with some bubbles. And then you can garnish it.
Or quite a few bubbles.
And then you garnish it with either lemon or mint. I obviously only have lemon on hand because I just squeezed my own lemon juice.
And don't have mint.
No.
Cawley will post the recipe in the comments.
I absolutely will. So
all right, what do you think?
Oh, it's much better as a cocktail.
Is it?
Yeah. Because I think I was saying last week that it needs like a citrus to balance it out.
Well, that's what I'm hearing from people is that, and I know we're kind of veering off of the bubbles, the way to make champagne or, bubblies. But as far as the Wilderness Road and the Grove, like people like the original Wilderness Road over ice or whatever, like with a lemon or a lime. They're saying that the Grove lends itself to a lot more cocktails because of it's how herbaceous it is and how, there's a lot more going on.
Yeah.
So it's nicer to kind of like mix it and have those flavors kind of come together.
Yeah, I definitely am enjoying this more than I enjoyed the small taste I took of it straight the last week.
Yeah, I haven't had it yet. I will have it when I get home, and is waiting for me unless Abby drank it all, which is possible. So I will have it when I get back home. I'm excited though because that's a great kind of like it's refreshing. The cocktail you're drinking.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, it would seem. How do you think of like a nice slice of ginger? I love ginger. I love ginger. That's such
I do too, but I don't know. I don't know about ginger with this. You'll have to try it because it's a lot more complex than the original one.
Right.
And personally, I like it with the citrus cutting it.
Okay.
But everybody's different. Like you were saying,
Right.
Jill was talking about the cucumber today.
Right. And and I know we mentioned this before. I feel like unless I've just mentioned it in my head, those papers that we use at WSET, that and we should also put that. I feel like maybe we'll talk about that next Tuesday, like what that is, like how different everybody's taste buds are, because that floored me.
Yeah, and I think these kinds of even more so than regular wine, these mixables highlight it more.
Right. But yeah, like just like we don't taste the same thing. So yeah, we'll talk about that. We have to come back next Tuesday.
Yeah.
to hear about the papers.
Yes. So for those of you who have Wilderness Road or Wilderness Road the Grove, let us know how you're mixing, what you're mixing it with, and how you're shaking it up.
Yeah, and if you're liking it, I mean, I actually love that it's like I've said before, it's a lower ABV. I think it's great. I just so let us know what you're thinking, what you're mixing. Give us some recipes that we can try. Nothing crazy because we're not making our own simple syrup, but we can squeeze our own lemon.
And side note, I was saying it's very important to measure your ingredients.
Yes, the free pour is dangerous.
But I guess not as much since the ABV is lower.
Right. So if you over free pour, then you might just get to the regular ABV.
Exactly.
All right. Well, everybody have a fantastic Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us
and
know.
We will be back Thursday for our tasting.
Right. And let us know what's in your glass and what you're doing to stay sane every single day.
All right. Have a good night.